Hi, and welcome to the Product Launch Ignition video series. In this video series, I'm going to talk about product launches and take from my six-figure launches and so forth, and show you, all the mistakes that I made so you don't make the same mistakes as me, and how you can launch a successful product launch. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to talk about is kind of the idea behind all of this. One of my mentors said at one time, he said he would always use the phrase, "Don't leave money on the table." So the question to you is, how are you leaving money on the table? Now, if you don't know exactly what that means, this is what it means. Don't leave money on the table means, what are you doing, or what are you not doing? What are you doing that can affect your profits in any way, or lower your profits in any way, or what are you not doing, and so forth. So that's kind of the whole idea behind this video series. Is launching product can be something that's very tedious if you don't know what you're doing, because there's a lot of things that are involved in launching a product. It's not just, okay, you get a product and launch it. There's a lot involved. So if you don't know what you're doing, then you can get lost amidst everything you need to do, and you could be losing money along the way. But with this video series, it'll help you find those holes and plug up those holes. Now, before I move to video 2 and start showing you how to plan a product launch, I want to talk briefly about this video series and give you a quick overview and how it all works. So let's go ahead and get started. Video number 1 is this video, and video number 2, I'm going to show you how to plan your product launch. You see, before you actually implement your product launch, you need to know what to look for. What does a launch entail? What kind of tools do you need? Things like that. So planning your launch is a very, very vital and important part of your whole product launch. Get it wrong, and you're going to lose a lot of money and leave a lot of money on the table. Get it right, and you might gain some of that back. Plug all the holes, and you might gain more. And you might achieve whatever you're trying to achieve, which is helping people, helping your customers, and in the end, profiting. Video number 3 is going to talk about server and web hosting precautions. Imagine you've spent months or years or a year creating a product, getting all the affiliates, getting everything ready, launching, and then crash. Your server crashes, or worst of all, what happened to me, I was launching one of my products, which became a six-figure launch, but I believe it could have made a lot more, but because I was using about 30 gigabytes a day, which is not a lot, and my web hosting company decided to terminate or temporarily lock and terminate my account. So every time somebody came to my website, they said, "This site has been terminated, temporarily, blah, blah, blah." So you can imagine what's going through the buyer's mind when they see that. And a lot of it, even though the web hosting company said unlimited bandwidth and so forth, a lot of web hosting companies you have to be careful of. So over the years, I've found one web hosting company, and we're going to talk about Amazon S3, web hosting companies and so forth, and how to protect yourself and prevent from a server crash or a termination. Video number 4, we're going to talk about finding and contacting affiliates. There's a right way to do that, and there's a wrong way to do that. And even though you contact people and they say, "Yeah, I'll promote," it doesn't always mean that they're going to be able to convert a promotion into sales. And it all relates to your sales funnel and how your product launch is laid out, and how your site is laid out, and the ease of it, and everything like that. So finding and contacting affiliates. But once you contact your affiliates, let's say that they say, "Yes, I'll promote your product." Then what? Well, in video number 5, we're going to talk about affiliate promotional tools. The purpose of these promotional tools is to provide the affiliate who has a busy schedule with solo email ads, videos, and resources for them to use to promote your product. You see, an affiliate, because they're so busy, they're most likely not going to have time to set up an account and this and that. They do have time to promote your product, but if you give them pretty much a kickstart, set up everything for them, and give them a head start, then make it easy for them and they'll promote your product easily. That's why we need promotional tools. Video number 6, we're going to talk about contests. Do you need a contest or you don't need a contest? Some people do, some people don't. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. And we'll talk more about that in that video. So it really depends on your product in itself. Video number 7, we're going to talk about pre-launches. The purpose of a pre-launch is to build curiosity. You see, if you just launch a product and that's it, people don't even know it's coming. But if people do know it's coming, then you have time to pre-launch it. You have time to build curiosity. So let's say, for example, somebody tells you a week in advance, hey, we're going to go to so-and-so's party. So a week in advance, you have time to plan. You have time to, clean up your hair and so forth. But if somebody says, hey, so-and-so is having a party today, but you've already planned your day and so forth, you might not be able to go to the party because you already have a plan. That's the case. As you can see with this analogy, it's better to pre-launch than to not pre-launch because you're losing a lot of money and you're leaving a lot of money on the table and a lot of profits and the ability to reach more people. So whether you look at it as profits or helping people, you're still losing out. Video number 8, we're going to talk about the big launch day. Now, the big launch day is really the starting point. It's not the end. Product launches or launches never end. The method of the snowball effect is very powerful, but you have to use it correctly. You have to use the pre-launch and the launch combined to use the snowball effect. I've used the snowball effect and it's really helped a lot. It's helped bring in a lot of profits. Video number 9, we're going to talk about the follow-up. The purpose of the follow-up is to help stragglers, people who are sitting on the fence, who don't really know if they want to buy your product, help them figure out if they want to buy your product. Give them a extra push. Now let's talk about the tools that you're going to need. Fortunately, we've pretty much laid out everything that, how it works and what you're going to need. But in specifics, you're going to need a plan. So we're going to talk about that in video number 2. You also need good web hosting. I'll talk more about that in video number 3. And you're going to need time and money. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. Even though I've had a lot of product launches and I've launched successfully, I've had a lot of failed launches, but I've had a lot of six-figure launches. Time and money, you're going to need the time before you pre-launch. If you don't have the time, then I would say you need to make time. Make at least from the point that your product is done and everything is done, the affiliate promotional tools are ready, you need to give at least 1 month in advance to your affiliates so that they can plan ahead. One thing I've noticed about a lot of people is they launch a product and they email the affiliate assuming that the affiliate should promote it today. That's wrong and that's unfair to the affiliates. You also need a push forward attitude of perseverance. This is not going to be super easy. It's not going to be super hard either, but it's going to take time and money, and you're going to need perseverance. You don't have perseverance, you're not really going to enjoy product launches and launching your product. But if you do, and you come this far, you created all your products, then you should have that attitude. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2. Let me show you how to plan your launch correctly so that we can fill in all the holes as much as possible so you don't leave any money on the table and you're able to reach as many people as possible.